Imagine this. You're about to enter a party, and your heart races, your palms sweat, and your mind spirals into overdrive. Thoughts like, what if I say something stupid? What if they judge me? Fill your head. You hesitate at the door, caught in a battle between wanting to connect and the overwhelming fear of being scrutinized. This is social anxiety, a silent struggle faced by millions. Let's explore what social anxiety truly is, what causes it, and how we can overcome it. What is social anxiety? Social anxiety, or social phobia, is a pervasive fear of being judged, humiliated, or rejected in social situations. It's not just shyness or introversion. It's a chronic fear that disrupts daily life, relationships, and even careers. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH, about 12% of adults in the US experience social anxiety at some point in their lives. While the intensity varies, for many, it's an isolating and misunderstood condition. The roots of social anxiety. Social anxiety often stems from a combination of genetics, brain chemistry, and life experiences. 1. Biological factors. The physics of life. People with a family history of anxiety disorders may be more predisposed to developing social anxiety. Brain scans also show that the amygdala, a part of the brain that processes fear, tends to be hyperactive in those with social anxiety. 2. Environmental influences. Childhood experiences such as bullying, criticism, or overprotective parenting can create deep-seated fears of judgment. If a child is repeatedly told to keep quiet or is shamed for speaking out, they may grow up associating social interactions with fear. 3. Cultural and societal norms. In some cultures, the pressure to conform to social expectations or avoid losing face can exacerbate anxiety. The vicious cycle of social anxiety. Social anxiety often traps people in a cycle of avoidance. For example, trigger: a social situation like a meeting or a party. Reaction: fear leads to avoiding the event. Outcome: temporary relief but reinforced fear and lost opportunities. This cycle can worsen over time, making everyday interactions like asking for help, attending gatherings, or even making phone calls seem insurmountable. Understanding social anxiety through film characters. Movies have given us memorable portrayals of social anxiety that help us empathize with those who experience it. 1. Peter Parker. In his pre-hero days, Peter struggles with feeling invisible and self-conscious. His awkwardness and reluctance to stand out highlight the internal battle of social anxiety. Even after becoming Spider-Man, Peter often doubts himself, showing how anxiety can persist despite external achievements. 2. Bella Swan. Bella's discomfort in social settings and her tendency to avoid the spotlight mirror the experiences of those with social anxiety. Her hesitance to speak up or fully engage shows how anxiety can lead to self-isolation. 3. Elliot Alderson. Elliot's fear of social interaction leads to extreme isolation. His inner monologue reveals the relentless self-doubt and fear of judgment that define social anxiety. Elliot. These characters remind us that social anxiety isn't always visible. It can be hidden beneath layers of avoidance or self-doubt. How social anxiety affects everyday life. Social anxiety doesn't just make parties or presentations difficult. It seeps into everyday life in subtle yet profound ways. People with social anxiety may avoid promotions or jobs that require public speaking. Relationships, building friendships, or romantic connections can feel overwhelming. Physical symptoms, racing heart, sweating, trembling, and stomach aches are common during social interactions. How to overcome social anxiety. Overcoming social anxiety is possible, but it takes time, effort, and a compassionate approach. 1. Cognitive behavioural therapy. CBT is one of the most effective treatments for social anxiety. It helps individuals reframe negative thoughts and gradually confront their fears through exposure therapy. 2. Mindfulness practices. Techniques like meditation and grounding exercises help people stay present and reduce the intensity of anxious thoughts. 3. Gradual exposure. Facing fears step by step, like starting a conversation with a stranger or attending a small gathering, can build confidence over time. 4. Support systems. Joining support groups or confiding in trusted friends can help ease feelings of isolation. 5. Medication. In severe cases, medications like SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, can provide relief. Social anxiety and the importance of empathy. For those who don't experience social anxiety, it's essential to approach others with understanding. A simple act of kindness, like including a quiet colleague in a conversation, can make a world of difference. Take inspiration from films like The King's Speech, where Lionel Logue's empathetic approach helps King George VI overcome his crippling fear of public speaking. Similarly, creating safe spaces for individuals with social anxiety helps them break free from their fears. Social anxiety is more than just feeling nervous. It's a profound and often misunderstood challenge. But, like any challenge, it can be faced and overcome with the right tools, support, and mindset. The next time you feel the pull of anxiety in a social situation, remember this: even the smallest step forward, whether it's a smile, a word, or showing up, is a victory. As Peter Parker reminds us, with great power comes great responsibility, including the responsibility to confront our fears and grow.